More than half of the counties in the Mountain State are under extreme drought conditions. There are 1.9 million West Virginians living in the state, and the vast majority are living under extreme droughts. In southern West Virginia, those conditions are listed as severe, according to drought.gov. It's a fact that is at top of mind for emergency planners like Keith Gano. He's Mercer County's Emergency Management Director, and he's urging people to be cautious if outdoor burning is in their plans.
I think the big thing that we want the public to understand is when we get these little rain showers like this, they feel like that in terms of burning, that it's okay to continue to do that because we've had some rain. But with the wind the last day or two and the mist of rain that we had, that didn't affect. That has no great impact on forest fire season, and the fact that we probably still are in a high burn likelihood of fast-moving fires.
For most of West Virginia, it will take at least a foot of rainfall over the next 3 months to diminish this drought. We usually average about 3 inches of rainfall per month for September, October, and December, with November closer to 2.5 inches. Gano says when you consider these numbers, it's critical that precautions are in place for anyone who has plans to burn.
So we're not telling people not to burn, but we're telling you if you do, you need to, obviously pick a day when the wind's not blowing and you have a garden hose, you have a 10-foot circle to bare mineral soil around the pile that you're going to be burning and keep an eye on it. And they have to be mindful if they do choose to burn. And that fire gets out, they could be responsible or liable for the cost to extinguish that fire.
Gano goes on to say while this area doesn't typically see raging forest fires like the West Coast, where it takes massive air and ground assaults to fight those blazes, there has been so little rainfall here in the two Virginias, increasing our chances to see new means of fire spread this year. Though it is uncommon on the East Coast, the fire could move through the treetops and not just spread across the floors of our forest.
With the drought conditions such as we've been in, and if we end up with a situation where the leaves basically just dry up on the trees prior to falling, we could, if the drought continues and the lack of moisture continues, we could actually potentially see some canopy fires this year. So that would, again, would be fires not necessarily on the ground, but burning in the tops of trees.
From this January through August, it ranks as the 37th driest season since we began tracking such records in 1895. So caution is urged for everyone as we approach the official start of the 2024 fall fire season. And here's some practical tips for you in this fire season. Gano recommends removing any leaves from your rooftop, as well as any leaf buildup around your home. These are fuel to a wildfire should one break out where you live in the two Virginias.
For band students all across the country, the summer is used as a time of hard practice and dedication. For these Pikeview band students behind me, they've been getting their field show ready for the upcoming football season.
With 5 weeks of practice Monday through Friday and then after school practices, this year the Pikeview High School Band is bringing imagination to the field.
This year's field show, it's titled Imaginarium. It's a piece by Randall Standridge, and it's 3 different parts. We're trying to explore kind of the idea of books and different themes in books, and I think you'll see that once we get everything going.
These students are not only working to perform under the Friday night lights, but they also have competition season coming up as well.
In total, I don't know how many hours we've done, but it's been a good show so far. I'm excited. I think it's very exciting because this year we're doing more competitions than last year, so I think we're a little bit more warmed up because, I don't know, I think we're more excited this year.
Most of these band members found their love for music in middle school and have continued on with the passion.
Started band, well, at first in 5th grade, I was really nervous. I wasn't in band, but then my teacher convinced me to do it, and ever since, I've kind of just loved it. Since 5th grade, now that I'm a senior, it's really sad that I have to leave, but it's been a really great experience.
As you can see, these kids work hard all summer to make sure that their field show is ready to go. Their first performance is coming up next Friday. Here for you in Gardner, I'm Abby Lester, WVVA News.
The Mercer County Sheriff's Department is returning with its annual Shop with a Cop event, which brings children to Walmart for a special shopping spree.
I want to go to the toys.
Well, you know where it's at.
Well, I got you, buddy. You getting tired? You want me to push it back here for you? All right, come on.
Not only is it a time the kids look forward to, but also the officers.
To me, it's very important. A lot of these kids, the only way they get to see us is just in a negative light, whether it be responding to their residents or responding to a school, whatever it may be. So to me, it's extremely important to be able for them to interact with us in a positive light.
One parent tells us this is a wonderful opportunity for the kids, and it helps out a lot.
As a dad's point of view, I felt good because it warms your heart because you get to see them be happy and you get to see them enjoy time because we've been through it, you know, we grew up, we've done it, and now we get to sit back and watch our own little ones do it. So it brings a lot of excitement and joy.
And for the cops, they love to come out and help the kids pick out the toys.
It's just a blast. We get to actually go around and actually encourage the kids to buy different things, stuff like that. They tell us what they want. We get to pick it out, and I mean, it's pretty cool for them. Usually within the family, you know, they get to pick out certain things, but usually they get clothes and stuff like that. We usually go for toys that their parents normally won't let us buy. Well, the ones that make noise, you know, pianos, drums, anything like that, you know, that the kids love to play with.
What'd you get?
A doll and clothes and a stuffed animal, an RC, and a Nerf gun.
All right, so we done went on a shopping spree.
Hey there, Ben and Martin. That's right. This week is Fire Prevention Week. I'm at the Princeton Fire Department along with my new friend Ember, who just saw a car drive by, so she's giving us a little bit of attitude right now. But local fire departments in the area are spreading education about smoke detectors.
In August of 1969, the groundbreaking ceremony was held for East River Tunnel, which would change traveling in the area forever, because the only way to cross the mountain before that was on the curvy and treacherous Route 52. In December of 1974, the tunnel officially opened, but Mercer County Commission President Bill Archer tells us his first trip over East River Mountain was one he will never forget. In his new truck, he set ahead over the mountain with another man's trailer and a mission to get to his destination.
Hands on my tractor and on the gentleman's trailer did not match. He had two smaller, so I could not hook up the air brakes for the trailer. Now I hauled steel, so it wasn't like a typically heavy steel load that I had, but there was no way I could hook up air to the trailer brakes. So coming up over the mountain and then dropping back down and coming into Withville and that to start heading west that way was really a challenge.
At one point in his life, he traveled the road with trucks, but he later became very familiar with the tunnel.
From that point on, I was totally aware of where the East River Mountain trailer, where the tunnel was. And, you know, there were so many experiences I had through the years with that as a newspaper guy.
The West Virginia side of the tunnel is named after the late H. Edward Still, who had a large hand in dealing with the tunnel.
Steele was among the first people that were on the Lakes to Florida Highway Association back in the 1920s. And that particular road is what they were seeking to do.
Before the twin tubes were constructed, Archer tells us that for truck drivers, it took nearly 2 hours to get over the mountain. But now it just takes a few minutes to get through the tunnels.
And Archer tells us he definitely remembers driving through the tunnel for the first time.
I remember going through that, and I said, ooh, that's amazing, because you could drive full speed down through there, pretty much 55 miles an hour all the way through there, and it connected. You know, the development of the interstate highway was really a great benefit to everybody who drove truck back in those days. So.
The East River Tunnel paved the way to a safer and more convenient route for those hitting the road in the two Virginias.
Hey there, y'all. Here at the State Fair of West Virginia, people and their animals come from all around to strut their stuff. And right here I have Phoebe with me, and the crowds behind me came from down the road at White Sulphur Springs, and they're leaving with multiple ribbons. So this tedious process that you see is a labor of love getting the show ready for a cow. But as you can see, these cows, White Sulphur, taking the hearts of those people around them and on the judges' scorecard. Here for you at the State Fair, West Virginia, I'm Abby Lester, WVVA News.